Much of the UFO sightings and activity happens far beyond the visual capability of the average Joe until the videos get leaked or declassified.
Look at that thing! It's rotating.
Here are some of the NASA's footages that revealed bizarre objects that entering our solar system and has everyone concerned.
We'd never seen anything like this in the solar system before. We get an estimate of its size at about half a kilometer in length.
If it was space junk, you would kind of expect it to be moving across the surface of the Earth in a different direction. But because they're moving at the same speed through space, it kind of looks like it's something that's paralleling the motion of the International Space Station.
It was March 2017. The International Space Station floated 250 miles above Earth, and 2 astronauts were outside on a routine spacewalk. Everything seemed normal until the camera caught a strange object hovering in the background, spinning slowly, almost like it was watching. And the strangest part was that it didn't leave. It followed the ISS for the entire 7-hour spacewalk. When the footage reached social media, theories started coming. Some called it space debris. Others were convinced that it was a UFO, one keeping a close watch. Emerging from invisibility. This sighting is one of many that have fueled theories about an extraterrestrial presence near the ISS. The footage, recorded on April 14th, 2018, appeared to show an object emerging from invisibility. Its flickering lights prompted theories that it was a massive spacecraft. Some UFO researchers even estimated its size to be around 900 feet in diameter. According to experts, the flashing lights could indicate that Earth's magnetic field was disrupting the object's cloaking technology. However, some explained that the lights were most likely caused by reflections or lens flares from the ISS cameras. Enthusiasts believe this could be evidence of intelligent life observing Earth from orbit. UFO swarm.
U.S. intelligence agencies are expected to deliver an unclassified report to Congress next month on what the government knows about UFOs.
It was 2019, and sailors aboard the USS Omaha witnessed a baffling sight: 14 unidentified craft swarming their ship off the coast of San Diego. The radar confirmed that at least one was moving at over 160 miles per hour. Infrared footage showed a mysterious object hovering before diving into the Pacific Ocean without a splash. The U.S. government later acknowledged these sightings, with intelligence agencies warning that the objects appeared far more advanced than any known aircraft. Even former officials admitted that UFOs are real, though their origins remain unknown. Some believe these could be advanced enemy drones, while others say they defy known physics.
263 at 3 miles, 55 knots.
Space Shuttle Discovery. In 1991, leaked NASA footage shook the world. It showed strange objects hovering in space. The grainy video wasn't crystal clear, but what it revealed was enough to spark endless debate. Among the most mysterious space anomalies is the Black Knight satellite, an unidentified object believed to have been orbiting Earth for decades, maybe even centuries. Some claim it's just space debris, while others insist it's an ancient alien probe quietly watching us. We already have evidence suggesting life may have once existed on Mars. If that's true, then maybe these objects aren't just passing by. Maybe they've been here all along, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. Around the moon.
If these objects were orbiting the moon, they would have to be 2 to 3 miles wide. So who or what is capable of building so many superstructures and putting them into lunar orbit?
Nearly every culture has its own tales of creatures or people living on the moon. But what if these stories aren't just legends? In May 2019, a photographer in Moscow aimed to capture a shot of the full moon. What he accidentally captured left him more than a little surprised. 3 black circles passed in front of the moon. As they disappeared, more appeared, forming a loose cluster of objects. Zooming in, it became clear these were not just blurry specks. These objects appeared to be flying in formation. Some experts suggested satellites, but their unpredictable movements made that theory less likely.
At first I thought it might be satellites circling the Earth, or a group of satellites that are orbiting the Earth.
Cube-shaped craft.
We can see that he's flying around 30,000 feet in altitude.
Birds and clouds aren't the only things seen by pilots. Back in February 2020, an Airbus A320 was on a routine flight over Medellin, Colombia. The captain had no idea he was about to witness a strange cube-like object. At 30,000 feet, the pilot witnessed the sight from the cockpit window. It moved past the plane in a straight line and was definitely not a balloon. It was darker, more structured, something that shouldn't be there. Scientists estimated that the object was 10 to 15 feet in diameter. Some believe it could be an alien probe. Medellin has a long history of strange sightings. After multiple UFO reports, some now call it the new Roswell. Unreal encounter. This man witnessed a disc-shaped UFO hovering just inches above his patio roof. The object had strange holes on its underside and moved silently as it hovered directly above his head. For a few seconds, it stayed still, almost close enough to touch, and then, without warning, it shot off at an incredible speed and vanished into the sky. The entire encounter felt unreal, leaving him stunned and questioning what he had just seen. Weird anomaly. Raw footage from Busan, South Korea showed this strange horseshoe-shaped object zipping across the sky at a speed that feels almost unreal. Locals captured the moment as the object moved with smooth, sharp turns. No wings, no sound, just fast, fluid motion. It left more questions than answers behind about its real identity. Unknown encounter. Back on November 28, 2001, a strange object was captured near an unmanned module delivering supplies to the International Space Station. The footage showed what looks like a triangle within another rotating triangle, moving close to the cargo craft. There's even a second object nearby, partially visible, almost as if it's semi-cloaked or reflecting light. Earth can be seen in the background, and the object shines brightly against space. Some believe the light might have revealed its shape just for a moment, but it is still a mystery. Unusual sight. NASA recently spotted something strange floating between Mars and Jupiter. First seen on September 10th and again on September 23rd, the object named P2013P5 caught everyone's attention for a strange reason. It appeared to be spewing 6 separate streams of dust, almost like a spinning lawn sprinkler in space. Astronomers believe it's spinning so fast that it's actually breaking apart, a process likely caused by thousands of years of constant pressure from the sun's energy. Though it's been labeled an asteroid, its odd behavior has made it one of the most unusual space objects ever seen in that region of the solar system. Mysterious lights. In 2021, a strange cluster of glowing orbs was caught drifting past the International Space Station. The footage, captured on NASA's live feed, showed dozens of lights moving slowly against the blackness of space. The video spread fast, with people speculating about its origins. Were they UFOs? Secret military crafts? It looked like reflections or even lights from a city below. But one theory stood out. According to several experts, these weren't spacecraft at all. They were the lights of squid fishing boats back on Earth, and they've fooled UFO hunters before. That explanation might sound reasonable, but how could boats create a pattern that looked so perfectly structured from space? Maybe this wasn't just another case of mistaken identity after all. Live UFO sighting.
Parliament was misled by the company, and what our committee is trying to do.
During a live interview, an unexplainable incident occurred. Viewers pointed out a craft spotted behind MP Tom Watson's head. It appeared to be descending at an incredible speed, not resembling any known plane or craft. It was indeed an unidentified flying object. Pyramid craft. In 2009, a man spotted a mysterious object hovering over the Kremlin. At first, he thought it might be a reflection, but when it moved behind a power line, that theory didn't hold up. Upon closer inspection, it appeared to be a massive pyramid-shaped UFO in Russia. Some believed it was an alien spacecraft, while others compared it to an Imperial cruiser from Star Wars. Witnesses estimated it could be as large as a mile wide. Some thought it might be an advanced military craft from a foreign government, while others believed it was extraterrestrial activity. The truth remains still unknown. UFO near space station. On August 19th, 2013, a NASA astronaut reported an unidentified object floating near the International Space Station. Initially, it seemed like a UFO, sparking curiosity. However, NASA quickly dismissed it as an antenna cover from the Russian segment of the station. But what if the object wasn't just a cover? Some speculate that the object wasn't a simple debris, but an alien artifact, evidence of a visit we're not meant to know about. Vegas green craft.
I've never seen anything like it. What are they?
In a bizarre event, a 911 call was made after a mysterious object fell from the sky and allegedly landed in a backyard. Officers investigating the scene confirmed that a green glow was visible, but after a brief search, they dismissed the incident as unfounded. Yet one of the officers hinted that they had seen something fall from the sky as well, sparking further curiosity. Former intelligence officer who recently handed over documents to Congress claims the US government is in possession of non-human vehicles. This backyard encounter might be a glimpse of an alien crash landing. Well, with no official statement, one can only guess.
A big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard?
UFOs on the loose? One night in London, residents looked up to see something strange. Glowing green orbs hovering silently in the sky. They weren't aircraft and they weren't drones. They moved in perfect sync, as if scanning the ground below. Then a third light appeared. This one was massive, far larger than the others, almost like a second moon. It drifted past the green ones as if already knowing their presence. Some witnesses reported a deep humming sound just before all three lights vanished at once. Authorities said that it was just an illusion or a rare atmospheric phenomenon, but onlookers insisted that these were UFO drones spying on us from above. UFO over Islamabad. A strange sight was captured in Islamabad, Pakistan. Locals spotted an unknown flying object hovering over the capital's sky. It appeared to be a disc-shaped craft with green lights glowing underneath. It wasn't just any sighting. The object was hovering over the red zone, a highly restricted area. Islamabad is where major government meetings take place, making the location even more suspicious. The sighting led to theories. Was this just an unidentified aircraft, or was there something more going on, something the public wasn't meant to see? Sky object. A dome-shaped UFO was spotted gliding over Area 51, its underside glowing with lights. Witnesses say it silently moved through electrical wires before vanishing into the sky. What makes this even more unusual are the clear photos taken that day, showing the UFO hovering above the secretive base. The images reveal more than just a blur, capturing the object's shape and lights with surprising detail. It's one of the clearest sightings near Area 51. Unseen visitors. Skies have more than just birds and planes. In 2008, a crowd in Seoul, South Korea, gathered watching mysterious objects float above the city. For a moment, they looked like water droplets catching the light. But unlike typical UFOs, these weren't discs or lights. They were orbs, perfectly round, shifting in ways that didn't match the wind. Since then, similar sightings have been reported worldwide. Some dismissed them as drones or balloons, but their sudden disappearance, that suggested otherwise. Leaked footage.
It's rotating.
Leaked Pentagon footage has ignited even more curiosity, this time showing a mysterious flying triangle above a ship. Navy personnel confirmed the images, which are expected to be part of a report on unidentified aerial phenomena to Congress. Though some argue that camera issues are at play, others point to the bizarre behavior of the objects, including a spherical one dipping into the ocean, reminiscent of similar incidents in Puerto Rico. These sightings, previously reported across the globe but never confirmed, raise even bigger questions. Could this be technology from another world, or is there something else we just can't comprehend? With high-ranking officials now speaking out, the mystery deepens.
A friend of mine was able to have his aircraft stop at 40,000 feet or so and not continue operating as a normal aircraft. What was going on?
Hubble discovery.
there were 2,500 galaxies, most of them really faint.
This one will make you believe that aliens have always been here. They've just started appearing more frequently. In December 1995, the Hubble telescope pointed at an empty patch of sky. The first images appeared ordinary, showing galaxies, but as they analyzed the data, something strange emerged. There were 2,500 galaxies, most faint, but they were moving away from us faster than the speed of light. Nothing should move faster than light, so scientists wondered, what if these weren't galaxies at all? What if they were alien spacecraft using warp technology to travel across space? It's a possibility that might suggest extraterrestrial life has been out there all along.
Shrink the space in front of the spacecraft and dilate it behind. So it would look like the spacecraft would ride a wave towards the destination star faster than light.
Mysterious drones. In December 2024, massive drones appeared over New Jersey, moving silently through the night. But these weren't ordinary machines. Witnesses described them as eerily precise, shifting in perfect sync, then vanishing without a trace.
One would go over, and then the next one would come, and then the next one, and the next one. So it wasn't like there would be 20 coming at one time.
Some were as large as small cars, spotted near airports and high security areas, yet no agency or private group claimed responsibility. The FBI investigated, but answers never came.
People have seen a number of 15-foot or so wingspan drones hovering around.
All these sightings led to wild conspiracy theories. Some thought the drones were actually UFOs, looking for nuclear equipment, while others were wondering if aliens were getting ready to invade. Texas sighting.
Real life, when you see it, it's like a lot brighter than it actually is.
In 2022, mysterious lights were spotted over Brushy Creek and Cat Hollow, leaving many puzzled. Locals filmed the lights, noting how they were unusually bright and completely silent. Although some thought it could be drones or laser lights, others were convinced it might be a possible UFO encounter. A drone expert speculated it was a drone swarm. Despite no official confirmation, the strange lights left many wondering about the unexplained.
Mesmerizing, honestly. It was so silent. If it was one light, then I would have maybe thought, oh, a helicopter, a plane.
Vanishing among clouds. After the 2009 incident, people kept a close eye on Moscow, and sure enough, it happened again in 2018. On June 9th, a local spotted a strange cloud, and within it, a craft appeared and disappeared repeatedly. The sighting was odd. Airplanes don't fly at such low altitudes, and they certainly don't vanish into portals. It left many wondering what's really going on in the skies above us. Has something new started to make itself known in the skies above Moscow? It seems like clouds might be hiding more than we realize. Mysterious village object. Back in 2016, a strange event unfolded in Malaysia that quickly became the talk of the town. A grainy video surfaced showing a black, saucer-shaped object hovering above the village of Kuala Krai. The UFO emitted a bright light from its center as it moved slowly across the sky, only to vanish just as suddenly as it appeared. The footage went viral, sparking widespread curiosity and theories about what was really going on. However, the local police dismissed it without a second thought. Perhaps the event in Malaysia was just another example of the government's attempt to keep us in the dark about what's really flying above our heads. Splitting crafts.
In the field of ufology, there is something, in fact, called UFO mitosis. Objects that are seen first as one and then replicating themselves and following a similar trajectory. This could be what we're seeing.
In Warminster, England, just over 100 miles west of London, a passenger in a parked car noticed something strange in the sky. At first glance, it looked like a few helicopters or drones. But as the objects moved, something even stranger happened. They suddenly split into 5 or 6 smaller shapes and began performing highly coordinated maneuvers, twisting and turning with precision. Could this be a military exercise hidden from the public, or is it possible that UFOs are using our skies for testing? Spaceship encounter. While waiting at a traffic signal, a man looked up and noticed something strange in the sky. An object that didn't look like any aircraft he'd seen before. It moved smoothly, almost like something out of a sci-fi movie. The front half had a shiny metallic surface that caught the light, while the back was darker, almost blending with the sky. It hovered for a moment, then continued moving silently. The shape, motion, and silence made it feel completely otherworldly. Unusual shape. A dome-shaped metallic object was seen hovering silently in the sky, catching attention with its unusual design. It didn't resemble any known aircraft or drone, and its smooth, reflective surface gave it an almost otherworldly look. The way it stayed in mid-air, without visible wings or propellers, added to the mystery. Some experts believe it could be an advanced drone, while others suggest it might be something not from this world, possibly an extraterrestrial craft or a genuine UFO encounter. Strange craft. In Los Angeles, a man captured footage of a strange-looking craft from his building. It was large and unlike anything he'd seen before. Hovering in place, the object barely moved at first, allowing him to keep recording. Then as it slowly shifted, wing-like structures became visible on both sides, giving it a bird-like appearance. The unusual shape had people puzzled. Many believed it was something unknown, possibly even from beyond Earth. Later, experts identified it as a military drone, one with a highly unconventional design that made it look more like a sci-fi creation than modern technology. Signal from space. NASA has detected a massive object nearly 4,000 light-years away, sending repeating signals to Earth. When they examined its behavior closely, their initial thought was it could be a message from extraterrestrial life. The object pulses like clockwork, emitting powerful radio signals every 18 minutes. Even more baffling, it releases bursts of energy every 3 hours. Experts say this shouldn't be possible. Known celestial bodies, like pulsars or neutron stars, don't behave this way. Visually, it appeared as a diagonal line with lights, an odd structure not typically seen in space, yet they aren't sure what exactly it is. With no answers, for now, all we can do is watch and wait. Blue lights over Chino Hills.
Some are staying still, some are moving.
Aliens are often linked to strange power disruptions, interfering with technology in ways we don't understand. One man in Chino Hills, California may have experienced just that. Out of nowhere, the power cut out. Then strange blue lights appeared in the sky, not just one or two, but many, moving in a precise pattern, almost as if they were communicating. Witnesses watched in silence, unsure if they were seeing advanced drones or something far beyond human technology. It seemed to be UFOs, deliberately interfering with power grids while sending a message, maybe a warning.
There's no beam going up to show that these are just lights.
Cloudy UFO. Not every day do people stop and stare at the sky, but in 2024, something made them look twice. Across Beijing and other parts of China, reports flooded in about a strange glowing object drifting through the evening sky. Some described it as a moving cloud-like object. Others insisted it had 3 distinct light sources, forming a perfect isosceles triangle. Unlike typical aircraft, its lights didn't blink, and it seemed to hover before slowly dissolving like mist. An astronomer suggested it was just a rocket launching Starlink satellites, but some believe it was more than an illusion or a rocket, maybe a UFO blending with its surroundings. UFO over US Navy. On April 24th, 2019, the US Zumwalt was conducting routine operations 17 nautical miles off the coast of Camp Pendleton when something unexpected happened. At least 6 unidentified aerial systems appeared in the sky, moving in precise formations. They circled the ship at altitudes between 300 and 1,000 feet, following a strict northwest-east-south pattern. No equipment were detected, and the objects showed no signs of adjusting their speed or altitude. Military officials offered no clear explanation. Some believe these were advanced drones, possibly foreign surveillance. Others suggest something beyond human technology. Flares or what?
Daddy, we see them!
In early October 2024, residents near Kokomo, Indiana spotted something strange in the night sky. At least 6 glowing orbs hovered near the Grissom Joint Air Reserve Base, flickering before vanishing. Some described them forming a massive rectangle with what looked like a vapor shockwave appearing on radar, suggesting an object nearly 20 miles long. Videos of the sighting spread fast, fueling theories. It looked to be an unidentified flying object, while others pointed to military flares that often light up and fade in sequence. Hidden technologies.
During this session, witnesses presented compelling evidence that American skies are being monitored by advanced technologies, possibly from a foreign adversary or even extraterrestrial sources.
For years, people talked about UFOs. Now, the US government seems to be taking them seriously. A recent Pentagon report analyzed over 800 cases of unidentified aerial phenomena. Some objects moved without visible propulsion. Others hovered in strong winds. The technology didn't match anything publicly known. Then came the congressional hearing. Witnesses testified that advanced crafts, possibly not made by any nation, were monitoring US military sites. Some even suggested an ongoing hidden arms race involving UAP technology. And then, something strange happened over British air bases. A swarm of unidentified drones appeared, raising alarms. Maybe the government is preparing us for a truth too big to handle. Or maybe they're keeping it from us because we're not ready. Unidentified objects.
So the odds of it being a military aircraft doing high G loads like that, it's impossible. It's completely impossible.
A pilot flying off the coast of Los Angeles saw something that shouldn't have been there. 7 mysterious objects moving in strange patterns thousands of feet above him. They weren't drifting like satellites. They weren't military aircraft. Air traffic control had no record of them. Researchers who spoke to multiple pilots said these sightings were becoming more frequent. But why? Some believe these encounters prove what's been hidden for decades, that aliens aren't just visiting, they're observing. Others suspect the government knows more than it admits. But why are they hiding it? It is still unknown.
Yeah, that Pentagon report is expected to be given to Congress by the end of the month. It could either provide an explanation for the increasing number of sightings that we're seeing.
Series of mysterious sightings.
Look, it's unacceptable, and for them to undermine Representative Andrews' credibility in saying that he's talking to people that he does believe that these are drones from other nefarious foreign actors.
In late 2024, a series of mysterious drone sightings across the northeastern United States captured public attention and raised security concerns. Beginning in November, residents in New Jersey reported multiple drones flying over sensitive areas, including military installations and critical infrastructure. Witnesses describe objects with red and green navigation lights, just like conventional aircraft, yet behaving unpredictably. Experts point out that these sightings aren't new. Since at least 2017, similar drone-like objects have been detected over sensitive locations, including ICBM fields and nuclear facilities. Despite government scrutiny, no definitive explanation has emerged. Some officials believe these are foreign surveillance drones, citing past incidents like the Chinese spy balloon, but there is no surety.
I believe there are more. I think it's important for people to understand that this has been going on since at least 2017.
Jellyfish UFO. In October 2018, a strange incident happened over a US military base in Iraq. A jellyfish-like object hovered above, gliding silently through the sky. It had appendages, moved unnaturally smoothly, and then descended straight into the water. The military captured the footage, but it remained classified until January 2024, when it was finally leaked. A UFO researcher and filmmaker shared the black and white video, calling it an incursion. The Pentagon received questions, but never provided an answer, maybe to avoid the chaos it could create. If this had been experimental technology, why not say so? And if it wasn't, admitting it could have changed everything, national security, and how the world saw its place in the universe. Triangle-shaped UFO. A UFO hovering for 2 hours? That's not exactly subtle. A strange black triangle was spotted drifting over Islamabad in broad daylight. It had no sharp edges, no visible lights, and didn't reflect much sunlight. For 2 hours, it remained in the sky, motionless. A witness filmed the object from different angles, capturing its eerie presence above the city. Birds and even a fly crossed the frame, proving just how far the object was. Some believe it was just a drone, but why would a secret drone hover over a government government district in plain sight. Others claim it matched sightings reported in New York. Hidden in clouds.
Bro, watch out. Oh my god, bro, watch.
After drone sightings in New Jersey, UFO watchers stayed alert. You never know, what looks human-made might not be. Then near a restricted military base, bright lights appeared. They moved behind the clouds almost as if they were hiding, but it wasn't alone. They looked like multiple fast-moving crafts streaking across the sky at incredible speeds. These looked like aircrafts barely visible to the eye, moving like fighter jets. But then, two of them seemed to pause, as if communicating. Whatever they were, they left people more curious than ever.
Oh my god.
Sighting over Utah. A passenger was recording the view from a plane when he accidentally captured a massive spherical object hovering in the sky. It was an enormous disc-shaped craft, nearly 500 meters long, that appeared over southern Utah. It drifted through the sky almost as if it was sightseeing. Then it slowly flew away, vanishing into the distance. Utah has a long history of mysterious sightings. It is considered a UFO hotspot with frequent reports of unidentified anomalous phenomena. UAP. Some believe Utah's remote mountain ranges might be hiding more than just wildlife. If secret bases are concealed within them, it could explain why so many strange crafts are seen in the area. Manchester orb returns. A woman in Manchester couldn't believe her eyes when she looked at the night sky on the 1st of February 2025. A white orb was hovering around the airport. The footage spread fast, stirring up debates. Some claimed it was just a plane preparing to land. Others weren't so sure. If you've ever seen a real UFO, you know they don't just roam. They vanish in an instant, and if this was something otherworldly, its presence alone was enough to raise questions. With sightings increasing, it's getting harder to dismiss them as mere coincidences. Something is showing up in our skies, and whatever it is, it's not going unnoticed. Oumuamua's mystery.
Seen anything like this in the solar system before. We get an estimate of its size at about 800 meters or half a kilometer in length.
A recent report has reignited curiosity about Oumuamua, the strange object that passed through our solar system in 2017. Unlike typical space rocks, this one had unusual features, leading some to speculate that it could be an alien probe, possibly even a mothership. Some believe Oumuamua might have released tiny AI-controlled probes to explore our solar system. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope observed something unexpected. Oumuamua wasn't just moving through space, it was accelerating. Its unexplained acceleration and unique properties led to something far more advanced may have passed through our solar system.
It just came from outside our solar system, meaning it wasn't material from our star being created. It's from a different star system somewhere else. That's historic that we've actually seen it. We now know objects can travel from one star system to another.
Evidence from Asteroid. NASA has finally opened the space capsule containing the largest asteroid sample ever collected. On September 26, 2023, at NASA's Johnson Space Center, scientists lifted the lid on the OSIRIS-REx mission's canister, revealing a layer of black dust and debris covering the avionics deck. But the real shock was that the sample weighed 100 grams more than what was originally collected. Further analysis revealed that it contained essential components for life. These findings deepened the search for life beyond our planet, adding new weight to the possibility that life exists elsewhere in the universe. Unverified claims.
James Webb Space Telescope spotted a large object about 10 light years away moving toward Earth.
Social media was buzzing with claims that the James Webb Space Telescope had detected a massive unidentified object about 10 light years away. According to these reports, the object wasn't just drifting through space, it had allegedly changed its trajectory, something no known celestial body should do on its own. Some believed this movement suggested intelligent control, sparking discussions about extraterrestrial technology. technology. However, no official confirmation came from NASA or any other space agency. Authorities neither verified nor acknowledged the claims, but that didn't stop speculation. Many believed this was yet another case of information being withheld from the public, fueling the idea that there was far more happening in deep space than people were being told.
The Post's claim that the telescope captured the object changing its trajectory in an unnatural manner, meaning it must be some sort of extraterrestrial life.
Open discussion. Today's open discussion is about this strange double disk object that was seen floating motionless in the sky. It was massive, and what drew even more attention was a smaller object approaching it. The smaller one slowly descended toward the lower part of the larger craft and appeared to enter it as if being absorbed or docking into a hidden compartment. The whole moment was strange, like the big craft was waiting for it. On the same day, another sighting added to the mystery. This time a swarm of smaller UFOs was captured on camera, all moving in a formation. They seemed to be heading in search of a similar larger craft, possibly to join or enter it. The coordinated movement made it feel like something was planned and purposeful. What do you think about it? Do share your take on it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again,